This week, we're bringing a West Virginia family some backyard paradise.
These blocks are heavy now. I need some lighter blocks.
Get Danny the foam filled.
I've been helping homeowners improve their home for a lot of years. They think it's intimidating, but it actually can be a lot of fun.
And we're here to help. Dad's the expert, but I've learned a few things along the way.
Practical, realistic home improvement information is what today's homeowner is all about. Each year we host a contest with our friends from Pavestone and Quick Creek called Backyard Paradise. And this year's winner is from a small town in West Virginia called Hurricane. Donna Petrie and her husband Stephen share this home with their kids, Andrew and Morgan.
When Danny told me that I'd won, I was dumbfounded at first. And then my second thought was, is my husband's never going to believe me.
And she's right about that. I didn't at first.
We're a real active family. We're always on the go. We even have a trampoline in our living room that the kids enjoy. Sometimes the dog even joins in.
So that's been kind of an ongoing joke in our household for a couple years now. You know, we spend a lot of time out in the yard. We're very active together. So we wanted to maximize the flat yard to allow more opportunities for the kids to enjoy themselves. We have a small patio area, basically just for grilling now as you come down off the steps, but it's old and dirty and moldy. We have a small homemade fire pit area that isn't very beautiful, but it works. Certainly would enjoy something nicer and bigger there.
I'm really excited to see what Danny and Chelsea and the Pavestone crew will do to actually finish the patio area that we had talked about 7 years ago.
Well, first of all, congratulations on winning this backyard contest. We had entries from every state, and we end up right here in West Virginia.
Thank you. We're excited.
Thank you.
Okay, I know you've been working on the design, and what are some of the aspects of the design that you're looking forward to?
We're excited to have a new fire pit and just more opportunity to come out here and have s'mores with the kids and grill some hot dogs over the fire.
And what about you, Donna? What's your most favorite thing you're looking forward to?
When we bought this house, we talked about how this would be the perfect area for a patio because of the way it's indented. And then he loves to grill, and we sit outside and eat dinner a lot, so it's a good place for all of us to be together. And
well, I love the design and how it implements the deck. You know, though it's fairly small, it's still in pretty decent shape. A few things we're going to do to that.
It's not attractive. It's all peeling off, and it's not safe. The handrails are rotten, and they're not connected anymore.
But then for it to flow out and to have all of that area, I can see a lot of s'mores parties in the future there. So.
We're excited for this.
Yeah.
Well, any minute now, Ted and his guys will be coming around the corner. And look, we've worked with these guys a lot. It's going to be amazing what they do. They're so focused, and they'll take care of the job without any worry at all. So we'll repair the handrails and restain the deck. The patio will begin at the foot of the stairs and angle out into the yard with a seating wall and a built-in grill at the far edge. A large fire pit will be tucked into the outer corner, and columns around the edge of the patio will support cafe lights above the area. Ted and his crew get started by laying out the patio, digging drainage lines, and dodging the rain. Well, Ted, this has been like 6 years in a row that we've worked with Pavestone on this contest. It seems like rain always finds us somehow.
You always order it up for us.
No, not me. I wish I could control that. But the good news is it's supposed to be gone today in just a few hours. First thing you're always challenged with is the grade of this and exactly where the patio will flow and the water and so forth.
We want the water to run off this patio off towards the yard and stay away from the house. So what we've done a string line starting back at the house where we want to have our finished level of the pavers.
Okay.
And when we come out, we've done about an inch for every 6 to 7 feet. So we've got about a 4-inch drop coming down this whole piece
That
right
worked
here.
out great then, didn't it? That's
And as you
perfect.
can see right here, the guys are working on the trench to get the water out of here.
Well, you know, that's so much better because a lot of times people would just take their downspout and turn it and let it flow on the paver patio itself, which the water will make its way off, but definitely be some erosion there at some point.
You get erosion settling, and also it exposes the aggregate over time.
Oh,
The water
yeah,
does
yeah.
more. It's amazing how strong it is when it runs across there. So we decided to divert it underneath. We dug a trench about 18 inches deep. We hooked it up with a PVC pipe running about 15 feet out from the house. And at the end of that, we got the little pop-up top. So when the rain water comes in there, pressure comes in, pops it up, runs out in the yard, and it pops back down when it's over.
So hopefully the weatherman will start treating us better.
All right.
All right, man. Once the rain passes, Chelsea and I get started on the deck. first of all, like normal, the
Yeah.
paint
just
starting
the
to
paint's-
peel off there a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
A lot.
I know it. We got that, but I don't think there's anything rotten there, but
Yeah.
definitely look what we found.
Yeah,
in
what
there.
happened here? Oh. So
Well-
it's not a drip line.
Yeah, no, it's not a drip line, 'cause there's gutter up there, but you see what we got here?
Oh, wow.
And what happened is that actually pulled away that far. You know, I don't really think a lot of times people realize how dangerous some of their deck railings may
Yeah.
be. I mean, this particular one was not even attached to the house.
Right.
If they had had a party and someone came out and leaned on that.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna have to push this way and get it back in. But I mean, I think we're saving it at the right time.
Yeah.
And then I always wanted to build a rocking chair. So look
Oh.
at these two here. I take these two off.
Oh, my.
And be able to have a build rocking chair. It'd be
There
so
you go.
cool. You know, the first thing I thought about when I saw those really curved spindles,
Ah.
that would make a perfect rocking chair. How am I gonna get that on the plane?
You don't need a rocking chair.
You might be wondering why I'm burying a soda bottle here in the garden. Well, I'm creating a drip irrigation system for these two bushes. But before I buried the bottle, I drilled a series of holes all the way around the sides and in the bottom using a cordless drill and a 1/16 inch diameter drill bit. Now, that might seem like a really tiny hole, and it is, but you want the water to drip out really slowly. So once you have it buried, all you need to do is twist off the top and fill it with water. Now, you could use a garden hose if you're really close to a hose, but if you're not, this is great because all you need is a funnel and a bottle of water, and you just want to fill it up. And once the bottle is full, of course, you're going to put the top back on. You can also add fertilizer, by the way. If you have fertilizer you want to add to the water. Okay, so let that drain out. Put the top back on, and I'll come back later and spread the mulch around. But that's all you need to do. You let that sit there, come back in 3 or 4 days and check it. If it needs to be refilled, just add more water.
We're turning Donna and Steven's backyard into a paradise. While Chelsea and I finish repairing their deck,
I love when it cinches up like that. It's so satisfying.
kind of brings tears to my eyes again. The pavers for the patio start arriving, and Ted's crew is busy excavating the space for their new home.
Our plan of attack on this job was to first come in, set our string line around the outside. After that, we spray painted it, figured out what our slopes look like, and then we brought in the equipment. We brought in a sod cutter. They had pretty good grass back there. We thought, well, let's utilize the sod cutter. We'll peel that all off and we can use it later if needed. And then what we did after that was we took Portland cement and rototilled that into the dirt. What that did was gave us just a super strong cement stabilized sub base to use on this project, which works great for patio applications. Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
I got something I want to show you here.
Yeah,
Well, what we've got here is our string line for the finished paver height.
top of the pavers.
Yep. But we run into a little bit of an issue. We got the stairs right here. Is there anything you think we could do in this area?
Well, we could raise that stair up, but it sure seems like that'd be nice for those pavers to go all the way back to that step.
Yes, it sure would.
And what you'd have, what about that much of a step down to there? Even though it wouldn't be the same as that, I still think that'd be a little more graceful.
Yeah.
Okay,
It'd be
well, I'll
great.
just take those two treads out and you can let it float in there. But man, you got a lot of fill to put in here.
Yeah, we do. We're gonna need a lot of base to get this up to that level, but it'll make everything go with our grade.
Man, that's gonna look great. That's gonna look great. All right, let us know if you need some help.
All right.
We're ready.
I know you got my back.
That makes my job easy. All I have to do is remove one step so Ted can replace it with pavers.
Before we put new stain on this deck, we want to make sure the old deck is prepped really well. So we're scraping all of the peeling parts and then sanding the transitions between what's left of the old stain and the old wood underneath. It's not the most productive way to sand a deck, Dad, but it is kind of fun to watch.
Meanwhile, the crew is busy digging out and laying a retaining wall border for the patio that'll contain the paver base.
It's hard to kind of envision the project as a whole at that point because we're just dumping pallet after pallet of base.
Now, Stephen, this is about the most important step. You wouldn't believe how this stuff gets so hard once they run the tamp over.
Okay. And what's it made out of?
It's just really crushed stone. Sometimes they use recycled material, sometimes not, but I'm telling you, once this gets down there and gets nice and level, and hey, you might even get to use the tamp some.
Okay.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a good time.
Yes. The crew is tying into the retaining wall at the outside corner to create a fire pit that should keep this patio warm during those chilly West Virginia winters.
Hey Donna, these are your pavers. So you kind of got like a red maroon brick and the gray. So I'm trying to figure out what color to paint the deck.
My friend had painted her deck.
Yeah.
And she gave me the leftover stain to do the picnic table in our playground, and I really like this.
You do like this? Okay, and
coffee
so you
color.
still have that?
Yes.
So we can match it maybe?
Yep.
Okay, and that would look nice having the deck, the brown, the play set, and the picnic table. You have like your 3 elements that are all the same color.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it looks good with the pavers too.
Now we're ready to compact this base material into a solid foundation. And I can tell Donna is itching to try out this machine. She says, it's just like a lawnmower.
For half a second.
Yeah.
I enjoy mowing the grass, but that's a lot harder than mowing the grass.
You know, she really seemed like she had it under control, but I backed away maybe a little bit too far, and she almost took the wall out.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I was really worried that I was going to run into my neighbor's yard.
But after that, she was pretty quick to hand it off. She said, I'm done.
So I don't know if you know this, but Dad really hates to paint. So I'm not surprised that he's not here. That there's an empty-handed paintbrush.
Of all the episodes I've watched, I don't think I've seen him paint too many.
He paints like a fish. He goes like this. It looks like a fish like flopped all over your board.
That's funny.
I paint like a fish. What does that mean?
It means, you know, if you put paint on the tail of a fish and it flops around, that's what your paintbrush looks like.
Well,
do you disagree?
I don't view that as a compliment in any way at all.
It's not.
No, it's just you when you're cutting in.
No.
When you cut it in.
I love enjoying outdoor living spaces, and nothing makes them more comfortable and inviting if you've got some nice colors from your pillows or your rugs or even outdoor curtains. And those fabrics are great for tying in different colors, but you know as well as I do, the weather and the sun can wreak havoc on all those fabrics. So here is a product by Rust-Oleum that can help rejuvenate that look. This is their outdoor fabric paint, and it comes in a spray can, and it's very easy to apply. You apply it just like you would spray paint from a can. You can put several layers on to get that saturation of color that you're looking for, and it does come in a variety of colors. But what I like best about this is, unlike just using spray paint in a can to just put on your fabric, that can get hard and crunchy. This stays soft even after you put all those layers on. Not only are you going to get a nice color, but you're going to get protection as well, because it'll protect it from UV rays and all of the elements.
The transformation of Donna and Steven's backyard is gaining momentum as the sand base for the paver starts going in.
One of the tricks we have for screeding our sand to get ready to lay the pavers is we use 2 1-inch pipes on there, metal pipes. And we lay those out, and what we'll do is we'll set the first one so we see our slope from the back of the house down towards the front of the patio. Then we set another one next to it about 2 to 3 feet apart and level it off of that one. And then we dump our sand and take a big 2x4 and screed it right down like you would maybe a concrete slab. And that allows us just a real simple way to get a perfectly level area for you to put your pavers on. And these are the Clayton pavers. It's got a little texture to the top, and they're in the Old Town blend color, which is cool. It gives you a tan, a red, and a charcoal blend that'll set well with the wall that we've gone around the outside, the gray stone.
Yeah.
Now Ty's laying these in the herringbone pattern. We chose the herringbone pattern because it's the strongest pattern, because it has the most pavers touching each other.
Okay.
So this will be real tight once it's all in place.
Oh yeah, looks great already.
Yeah, I like it. Look how quick you've done this
I told you,
before.
see, that's why I didn't do this.
I told him Andrew would like this. It's like a puzzle.
Puzzle, yep. Andrew has always enjoyed doing puzzles.
And that layout they had was almost like a giant puzzle, so I knew he would do it well and he would enjoy it.
Just like that. Perfect.
Passing the test?
Yes.
You're right.
It's better than you.
Well, I was thinking about firing Ty, but decided not to because he's pretty good at laying pavers and doing the herringbone pattern. It's the main reason I brought him here. And that kid probably was doing better than me.
After 5 or 6 feet of the paver surface is complete, the guys bring in the new grill so they can start the next step.
I couldn't wait to get started on this.
All right, these blocks are heavy now. I need some lighter blocks.
Get Danny the foam filled.
Big one?
Oh, thank you, Steve.
So you're just dry stacking them right now just to kind of get the feel of it?
Yeah, we got our pattern down. We had to mess around with that a little bit to make sure we didn't have lines run all the way up the column so that it has more support.
Yeah, brand new grill, huh?
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
That
you
kinda
can thank your wife.
A little bit nicer than what I'm used to.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah, Donna said you could use a new grill and you wanted to maybe do a griddle.
Yeah.
We found this baby, it had both. So
Yeah,
we were
very excited
fired
about
up.
that. I've been wanting one of those.
Plus, you can see how it's designed. It's flat on the side, so we just took the wings off. Makes it great for working with this rumble stone around here.
Yeah.
So Ty,
Yes.
you got a little design going back here, I assume, for venting. That's pretty cool.
Exactly, yeah. All the gas grills have to have venting across the back. So we've actually made a little diagonal design to let air flow through to get the grill to keep cool while you're cooking so it doesn't burn.
It's funny on these, always people ask, how do you design these? You just kind of go, you get there and start laying them and you just make it work.
The thing I've always been amazed at is people see this kind of thing and they think they have to do so much cutting. So many times you're able to work it out just like you guys are doing here, but there's no cutting at all. I love that part of it.
Yep, very DIY friendly.
These guys, you know, they all left their families to come and do all this for us, and so there's only so many times you can say thank you and tell them how much you appreciate it. I kind of wanted to, you know, show them how much we appreciated it. And me and my wife thought it'd be a great idea to grill out, you know, have a nice big lunch, hamburgers and all that. And I already unhooked the propane and hooked it up to the new one, so, you know, it's done. That was the last time.
The last time.
One last time before the new sheriff comes into town.
Yeah. That was pretty good. And the hamburgers were good too.
Oh, yeah.
On this project, we strategically placed the columns in locations where we could run the lights back and forth from the house out. So we built columns and we had the open space in the middle of those. And what we've done is we put the pipe down in there, then we dumped the quick-rete fast-setting concrete in there. All right, what's great about this, guys, no mixing. We can just dump this straight in there with some water.
I love the way we were able to integrate the pipe into the column of the pavers.
And then us pouring the red bag concrete in there and not having to mix it and splash it all over
Right.
the place. Man, that was way easier than I expected.
And it's not going anywhere.
So Chelsea and I headed out to go buy some patio furniture. Before leaving, I asked Stephen to give me a budget, and he told me $150. And Chelsea started laughing and said, well, we can buy 2 pillows with that.
We got some lounge furniture that Stephen requested, and then some. But Stephen doesn't need to know about that.
You know, this is really one of my favorite parts of putting in a paver patio, when you start spreading the sand. It's really going to lock it all together. And also, this is really one of the advantages of using pavers, is that this allows for great drainage. And at this point, you can really see what it's going to look like when it's all finished. Donna and Stephen had a great backyard, but all the individual elements just weren't working together. The finish was peeling off the small deck and the handrails were rotting and unsafe. The tiny grilling area wasn't very attractive or comfortable, and while the fire pit was a nice addition, well, it was just that, added on and not connected to the other areas. Now, there's a beautiful paver patio that ties everything together. The newly repaired and restained deck flows seamlessly into the patio, which also includes plenty of space for Stephen to cook at the brand new grilling station. There's also room for everyone to enjoy the meal and a spot to relax afterwards with a larger fire pit that's tied right into the patio and retaining wall. And the new columns around the patio support strings of cafe lights to keep the fun going long after dark.
Seeing it finished, it looks so much better than I had ever imagined.
Yeah, Ted and his crew have been unbelievable this week, top notch, the whole team. Those guys haven't stopped for the last 2.5 days. That was one of the things I was looking forward to, was just kind of working with them and, you know, learning tricks of the trade. It's been great.
I'm excited that we can sit outside with Stephen while he's grilling and we can enjoy dinner out there in the shade.
Now that's what you can do with the right team. And the guys from Pavestone and Quikrete, along with the homeowners, worked so hard to make this happen. Now, if you don't have this kind of team, that's okay. You can do it a little at a time, still have these kind of results in an awesome backyard. Hey, I'm Danny Lipford, along with my daughter Chelsea, hoping you'll join us again next week for today's Homeowner. Next week, when you need a hangout space for teenagers more than you need a place to park the car, it's time to repurpose the garage.
Love it.
So yes, and it helps with the base that we're using as well.
It's all about the base, Ted.
You know it, girl.
Hey, you really can't come to West Virginia without singing the song. You ready? Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong